Now a play fake here on first down. Drops it off for Chubb. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On second down, Jackson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times they just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. To throw again. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchup, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
319!
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Kamale Correa in there to sack him for a loss of 6. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
From the gun, it's Jackson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And his kick is indeed good, And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive stalls out, but the field goal does get them the first points of the night.
And 3 points, not to be underestimated. How about this, right? You're on the road. You're under the lights. National television audience. This is not a dress rehearsal, partner. This is for real. And a pretty nice opening statement.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 38.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. His throw caught right around the 6. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Marcus Mariota scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 5 here to start things out. from the gun. Jackson. And Callaway taking it in left side. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Jackson on first down. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll go option to the short side, and he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 34 yards. And the Browns were able to cash in for 6. And that was really just a great battle for that football on both sides. The result is a touchdown.
Ordinarily, I'd like to say it was a win-win, but it really wasn't because the defender, while he was there with excellent coverage, he didn't get the benefit, did he?
But he's not going to get chewed up in film session, will
No,
he?
he was right there. They'll tell him, okay, of course you need to knock the ball away, but they won't be too upset with him. He did his job for the most part.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. Goes underneath for Henry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 65 yards. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, a nice spin. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. Check nickel. Watch it now, Barney.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Room to run past midfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And Jackson throwing once more. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Jurrell Casey busting through to get him for a loss of 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Jackson looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more after this. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
Jackson from the shotgun. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag. No,
I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
1st down, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as as he's dropped on the sack. Larry Ogunjobi with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Mariota now on second down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. One.
To throw Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. This is taken at the 23. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Jackson on first down. That's complete over the middle to Callaway. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Eluding the pressure right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Three.
Mariota to throw it this time. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else. Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Three. Easy.
Second down, Mariota. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Mariota. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Was trying to extend the life of that play, wasn't he? Got out of the pocket, ended up scrambling off to his left, trying to find anyone open downfield to try and make a big-time play.
Thought he had an opening there for a second, but that window closed pretty quickly. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson, dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brandon Copeland. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a third and about 14.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's Jackson on third and long. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A first down throw for Mariota. Smith catches left side. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. Mariota on first down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Mariota on second and 10. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I bet there's a big grin on the defensive coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback, and someone comes behind him to pick up the receiver.
And as a former member of the secondary, it makes you happy too, doesn't it?
Here we go.
I can't lie about it. I got a big grin on my face, too. That was a heck of a play, a heck of a call.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And a short gain down to about the 33. Rashaan Evans out of Alabama had the tackle defensively.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Gone!
From the gun, Jackson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
That's fielded in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Three. One. Easy. One.
Here's Mariota. His throw incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's got his man on the crossing route. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now Mariota. He sets to fire deep. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
One.
Mariota to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Uncorks one for Davis. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
1, 1, 1. Set, 2, 8. 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1.
From the gun, Mariota. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball, so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
A give. This is Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Now let's go. Green.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Down to about the 22 here. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Jackson. Flushed out right. He finds Beckham complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And it might seal the deal as that makes it a 2-score game here with not a lot of time remaining. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll They'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. So you can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. Mariota. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. A big play, Mariota to Davis. And even 60 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Mariota. Going underneath for Lewis. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And now he'll tuck it and run. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. He may try and run for this. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to be aggressive here.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll run. It's Henry. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Browns, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.